Man, I wish they had Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. I know they have that app, but I want to play on like the computer or something. I don't want to play on an app. Because I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is my favorite card game to play. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Pokemon's decent, but it's so much about setup and like energies and all that.
Yeah.
I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just so cool.
Mm-hmm. I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't remember anything about it either.
I don't know why it's not more popular. Maybe Magic is similar but better. Or maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not as competitively viable or balanced. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But well then, and it worked too.
Indeed.
So I was killed in the cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And I love the characters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Both the human NPCs and also the cards.
Yeah, that's also part of why I love Gwent so much, is because it's based on The Witcher.
Yeah.
So it's got all these people in it. Also, half of them I don't know. That's part of the reason why I also play monsters. It's because I actually know like all the monsters except for one.
Yeah.
There's only one. They've all been in the games except for the Vran, which I don't know. They must have been in the book somewhere or something. But I know like all the different vampires, the Neckers, all the necrophages, all ghouls, and all that stuff. I know them all because they were all in the games. And then you see like half these people from the Nilfgaardia, or from Nilfgaard. I'm like, I have no idea who the heck this is. I know the Emperor of Nilfgaard. I know Morven Voorhees because he was in the third Witcher game. And that's it. That's literally all the Nilfgaardian people I know.
Yeah.
Well, no, Cynthia, because and Letho, because they were in The Witcher 2.
So, is it similar to like knowing like Skyrim characters by name?
I mean, probably.
Because like no one knows them either, right?
Yeah,
they're probably even worse.
The thing with The Witcher though is so many of these characters that are in the game or with Gwent is that they're all from the books. So it's like
okay.
These characters may have been mentioned in the games and I just don't remember them because it's also kind of got Game of Thrones syndrome where it's like there's a million characters and good luck keeping track of them all. Because I didn't start like recognizing people and be like, oh hey, I know who that person is until the third game. Because they introduced like so many different characters and it's like all I really care about is Geralt, Triss, and like Shani and Ciri, and that's about it, and like the other Witchers. So, you know, who the heck is Siegmund Dijkstra and why do I care about him? And like what's the deal with friggin' like Death Mold and all these fools, and then some of the characters don't even like show up in later games because they die in this Witcher 2, and it's like, yeah, I remember that person kind of, because I also don't remember The Witcher 2 as well since it was so short, and I played The Witcher 3 like immediately afterwards, and it was just such a, I don't want to call it inferior, but it was not as good as Witcher 3 in my opinion.
2?
Yeah, the second one wasn't as good. I remember the first one more because I had more space in between playing it. So I just feel like Witcher 2 was kind of overshadowed by Witcher 3, for me at least.
Yeah, it just kind of merges into your mind.
Yeah. It felt, honestly, with how big Witcher 3 is and how much smaller Witcher 2 is, it almost feels like the prequel to it. Just because, especially with the way Witcher 2 ends, it sets up what goes, like all the big events of The Witcher 3. Well, I guess except for the biggest event, which is kind of the main reason for The Witcher 3, but like all the secondary events, I guess, that like still have a huge impact on the Witcher world are all set up in Witcher 2. Because Witcher 2, like it's interesting how like the focus, I guess, of the different games is a lot different. Like the second one's the most focused on politics of the three.
Okay.
And like the first one's kind of mostly about monster hunting, but with a little bit of politics spread in there. And then the third game is all about like cataclysmic end of the world shit and like teleporting between dimensions and all this cool stuff. But then there's also politics about it, and like it all seems so inconsequential compared to, you know, the Wild Hunt and their plans for like the end of the world basically. But it still has like a massive impact on Geralt and the endings because like some decisions you make, even if you like make good choices with Ciri and the Wild Hunt, you might just like end up screwing Geralt completely. So, yeah.
So do you just get a game over, you mean, when you screw him?
No. You just get a bad ending. It's like,
okay.
I don't want to spoil it in case you ever play it at some point.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't I didn't know how bad the ending actually was if you got like the bad ending, but Janusz got it.
Yeah.
Because I told him like, oh yeah, the ending's awesome, dude. Excuse me.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Because
I finished Witcher 3 before him, and I was like, oh yeah, the ending was awesome, it was so satisfying, and all this stuff. And he's like, you lied to me. The ending was not good at all. I'm like, what? It was awesome. And he's like, then he told me what the ending he got. I was like, oh man, that's bad. I made some bad choices, friendo. So then I was like, yeah, this happened for me. It was awesome. And I was like, so he's like, oh man, I'm gonna have to play it again. So, yeah.
Hmm.
Also,
So how many endings are there? 3? 2?
I think there's 4, but it's more dependent. There's like two big endings, and then 2 endings that vary depending on which girl you choose, or if you choose a girl at all. So there's probably more than 4 endings actually, because you can choose Triss or Yennefer. That's not a spoiler really, but then there's also other stuff that'll happen. Actually, there's more than that too. There's at least like 6 endings, I want to say.
So you're not screwed if you choose any of the romances, are you?
No, only if you try to romance both, then you'll end up with neither.
Okay.
Or if you don't romance either, I guess. Why would you not want to romance a female? Especially a female as attractive as Yennefer and Triss.
That is true. Because I know in Mass Effect 2, of course, if you romance the Ardok Diakshi, you die.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if it was something like that.
Not that I know of.
So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that Pokemon?